Welcome back to the SEDL podcast that we are doing. We're going to be going over our weekly schedule in all the matchups for this week. This is week two. We'll start it off with this matchup. This happens to be myself versus David, who is one of our other co-hosts here.
All right, as a totally unbiased third party, let me take over here. Want to yap
Go
about your
on.
team?
Take it over.
Really
Take
fun.
it over.
Yeah, this is our teams,
Let's,
so
let's start with how are you going to beat the Magic? That's everyone's question. Fighting this team.
All I gotta say is I can't.
Looking at the Magmar matchup, it's actually insane. Even down to the 93 base speed, winning the matchup, the speed tie or the speed tiers war, because Pikachu blows up everything on that team pretty much, but it can't just do it freely when there's a faster Pokemon on the field. Something that's not actually going to happen in this format. David's really on the back foot, looking for things to at least switch into the Magmar consistently. The best thing you have is probably going to be some kind of Crocodile or Pterodolus, maybe. Uh, yeah, and especially Magmar knocking off the items will make it a lot worse. Uh, Even the Dust Cloud, like any any walls that think they can switch in, Dust Cloud can come in, burn them or curse them, whittle them down in any way. Because I think this is just a Magmar win, and yeah, it's gonna be really hard to take it down. I think the whole game revolves around it.
all right. Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard for me and David to
I
talk
hate
about it,
this matchup.
considering it's our own teams.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Yeah.
reveal anything that we're bringing, so I haven't even
I
started
still some.
building it. So,
All I gotta say is I hate this matchup.
I'm sure we all will.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we not fight.
I
We
did
fight everyone.
one thing I was trying to remember is light ball. Light ball is allowed, right?
Nightfall is allowed. There's
Yeah.
no way Pikachu would be without it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was double checking. I was pretty sure it was allowed. That was one thing I was, thinking about. Like,
Oh. I also want to say that obviously you can see that my Terra changed. I changed it after week one from Chingling
All
to
right, we got some.
it's. Yeah. I don't know what that dog is called, but yeah, I changed my Terra
mischief.
type.
I don't know what
Uh huh.
mask is. Oh,
I can't say words. All right. I guess we're technically done since we can't really talk, so we can go to the other game.
Give it a sec here.
All right.
that's me, guys. Tell me what's up.
Yeah, this is Drew against what's this team called? Um, the LA Lanterns. All right.
It's
Looking
the
into this
Lamborghini.
matchup, all I gotta say is, and I bet you Jay can also agree with me here. Grotto, walls, everything.
Yeah, outside of the Fletchinder, like nothing hits it very hard at all.
You don't want to just switch it in on a rock slide.
Right. Yeah.
Rock slide,
Like you
what?
get coverage for it too. That's not even like a great check.
Yeah.
It's not even a check to it, really.
The the
Outside of
main
it, like coming
issue
in and just will o wisping you.
yeah.
I get his smackdown.
I think also a main issue to Drew's team here as well is gonna be the Marini. I think I don't know really, especially with the Terra. I had an issue with it week one. Didn't like
I
it.
expect the Marini to be Terra Ground in this
But
matchup. It's obviously like the one thing that'll wall Magneton, and yeah, it's kind of something you need.
So one thing I
um
see is
yeah.
if Grotto goes down, right? The Krokorok
Yeah.
can absolutely go in.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I I witnessed it go ham against me with in week one. It was very hard to deal with. I but uh Drew has a lot of answers to deal with it at least, especially with like he has a dupe fighter, he has a war total, like he has a lot of
I
answers to do with
literally
it,
just
especially
have Dorado. I'm not letting you take my Dorado. That guy is living the entire game.
um but yeah, it looks like a very even matchup, but Drew has enough bulk to deal with the Dragonair and the Krokorok.
Dragonair is honestly the Pokemon I'm most scared of. I feel like
Yeah.
to weaken Megatron, a Dragon Dance could have the power to push past Grotto.
Yeah,
And
especially the wish support on their team is actually gonna be very good. Especially that like you got to keep your damage up.
yeah, pretty much. I gotta keep Grotto alive. That's the name of my game.
um, I guess that's all we can say. Unless Jay, you have something else to say about the matchup.
No, I think we pretty much covered all of it. So let's move on to the
All right,
third matchup.
all right. Here we have Alice versus I believe that's super famous guy.
So one thing I will talk
Alright.
about is I played Alice in week one, and our match was interesting. That Grimer kind of just sat there, mostly because I kept getting paralyzed on my Dunsparce, but we ended in a 4-4, uh, basically a draw because for whatever reason the code in the dock won't allow a 4-4 loss, so we both technically got a win.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. They're gonna be games like that. But I don't think this game is going to be
No, and I
the
think
same
Yeah,
because
if we,
look at a sword dance Torracat into this team.
yeah,
And what are the answers?
no, honestly, I see a great matchup of Wiglet coming in and actually doing something in this game. Like
Good.
Wiglet is going to do something this game. I want to see a Wiglet get at least 2 kills in this game if
Listen, man, don't
because
put your dreams into the match for
no
breakdown.
no Wiglet is gonna do something or Eevee's gonna do something. Like I think the main concept of this match right here is either hoping to set up the Torcat or doing something with like, Eevee, but an issue on also not an issue, but yeah, an issue for Alice is also going to be the thing is like yeah, like Meteor Beam, like a +1 Glimmet, especially with Terra, I think will actually be an issue against Alice's team.
Yeah,
But
kind of. But the thing with that is exactly what you said. I'm not gonna lie. The Wiggly matchup is actually really good with just a Terra Water set and Aqua Jet because there are a lot of choice card Pokemon that could be faster than the Torracat, like Growlithe, Limit, and they are weak to water. A Aqua Jet from even a Wiggly will pretty much one hit KO both of those.
yeah,
And I don't see. It might not be a breaker, or maybe you could bring it with Choice Band. I think it's a revenge hit.
does does Wiglet get Wave Crash,
I have no
This is
idea.
or
Wiggly.
is that
Honestly, Terra Water I think is enough.
it?
It has a high
Yeah,
horse pattern. It's popping tantrum, so the tentacle isn't even a wall. It's not really switching to a Wiggly, which is insane to say.
Also, I didn't know it gets rattled. Um,
I
so
mean,
actually,
it's
if it does get knocked off, it gets a plus
if
one
it
in
gets knocked off,
speed.
it might just
No,
die. To
no,
be
no. If it gets
fair,
knocked off, it dies. I'm sorry, but if it gets knocked off, it dies.
Yeah,
it
you
has
know
base
what?
10
Yeah, you're
HP,
right.
so
Now, when I
Yeah,
do see the win, or maybe just like good offense on the famous guy's side is there are no switch-ins to stuff like a choice scarf, either Growlithe or Glen.
Yeah.
Uh, the fire rock coverage of Growlithe,
I
it will
there's
take a kill every
actually
time.
no switch. I don't see a
There's no
switch
switch-in.
into Flare Blitz or Head Smash actually. Besides maybe the
Yeah,
Grimer, but
the thing is,
I think that gets like
this is gonna be a
that
game of
like gets
offense.
like 2 KO'd.
Yeah, it's gonna be a super
Yeah.
offensive game. The other thing though,
Yeah,
that Rufflet, I know it doesn't seem like much, but a reckless Brave Bird that has no switch-ins on this team. There is nothing that
well, let
switches
me
into a
tell you
Brave
about
Bird.
Rufflet. I had Rufflet in this league. It misses. No, to its credit though, you could always slot in area ace when you need reliable line coverage.
hmm
Yeah, breakers do hurt, and technically you have the safety in area ace if you really want it.
I
So
mo-
yeah,
to be overall about this matchup, it's mostly on out uh who can out offense the other one first,
literally, yeah.
mostly.
And I do kind of want to give it to Alice, maybe because he always has the Wiglet, which I still am really surprised I'm saying. It's just a really good revenge killer on his team.
Yeah, I see Wiglet of course doing something, so
I
um yeah. Jay, you have anything else to say, or we can move on to the last matchup of the week?
No, I think you guys covered it. We can move on to the fourth and final matchup this week.
We
oh,
have
actually,
hold on, Drew, calm down. Alright, we have
oh, this is a
uh
Electabuzz up.
I think Drew's just salty that he didn't pick it.
yeah. Okay, we have here the uh Pomo I don't know how to say that. Something Panchams, sorry. And the Minneapolis Absolutes. Wait, Absols, my bad.
No, you're right. The first time it's
Um
absolutes.
Absolute, it is
oh,
absolute.
okay. Okay.
Spelled correctly on the dot.
Looking at the matchup, Electabuzz wins. No, I'm kidding.
Electabuzz,
Knockoff
no,
is
I'm
very
gonna be
low.
honest.
Yeah.
Electabuzz does win because
I
its physical
there's
coverage is enough to check everything.
yeah,
It
there's
has nothing
no
to do with Trailblaze.
there's I think honestly running expert belt honestly or life orb into this team running like does it get EQ? I don't know if it does.
Here's what I would bring. Here's what I would bring. Listen. Weakness policy. Woke up. Thunder Punch.
Okay.
Knockoff.
I'm sorry.
Trailblaze.
I don't think I don't think weakness policy is gonna come. Also, it does not learn a ground type move, but
It doesn't need one.
honestly, knockoff. Um, I can't think of words honestly. Um, knockoff Trailblaze, like you said. Um, I guess an electric move with which is like super cell slam or thunder
It's not a
punch,
good move. Do
thunder
not use
punch,
it.
and I guess whatever last move you want, honestly, just does something and then do something with Ghastly. Like there's no good switching into the Electabuzz and Ghastly mostly, unless you outspeed it and just outdamage the team, or like make sure you kill the Electabuzz or Ghastly before it can actually like break into the team to begin with.
Yeah, the name of the game is definitely Electabuzz wins. So you have to win before Electabuzz beats. And I think it's possible. This team has a lot of strong breakers. It has the Kapu, it has the Ripu. It's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate that the close is not the fastest Pokemon in this game. That's actually insane. Electabuzz is broken. Yeah.
All right.
Another thing, though, I see though that Terra Munchlax could actually put in a lot of work if they really need a check to Electabuzz, something like a Terra Ground Munchlax. I know it can get like Trailblazed, but like you That's the one thing I see on this team that like really could check the Electabuzz more than anything else.
No, I think it's
Okay,
spitting
well,
actually. I think
yeah,
grass would be better because it
Or yeah,
do it.
that probably works
yeah,
better.
yeah. Grass is honestly better, or like something that is like obviously that you're not gonna get hit that hard by one of Electabuzz's moves. But the issue is of you getting knocked off, especially from the Electabuzz. Like you can have Eviolite, but then you're in trouble because you won't have it anymore. So the main
I
issue
mean,
is that how are you gonna like you can't keep your item on any mon unless Electabuzz is technically dead. And wait,
the
does
thing
Timber
is,
get knocked off too?
it does. The thing is though,
Oh,
you're knocking off Munchlax. It's taking your life in return.
Yeah,
yeah.
Especially if it's got a few curses up. I don't think you can waste a turn doing that. You have to take care of it
Mm-hmm.
soon. Not even assuming it's the Violet, because Munchlax is generally
yeah. It doesn't really need it because it has 135 HP
yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Especially with a few curses under your belt. This thing could be the thing that wins you the game.
for sure.
I think also having like making sure you have Wish on this team as well is actually very important because when one threat is gone, you're gonna make sure like you heal up your decent attackers and just get them back up to full if you could.
It's being this
Because
offensive. I actually like healing Wish a bit more because it's not only the rapid speed recovery, it's full and it's momentum.
Yep.
That helps a lot on
yeah.
offense.
But
Or having like a Munchlax twice
you're
would
right.
be insane.
Um does anybody else have anything else to say about the matchup?
I think we
No,
covered
this
most
one's
of it.
kind of crazy. It could go
Alright,
either way
well,
depending on their performance.
ye- yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess that concludes our PRs and week 2 schedule of SEDL.
Yeah.
The Octopus is crazy. So is Magmar.
Yeah, I think
All right.
that's it. That wraps up the 4 games. We will
Yep.
be back next week with the week 3 breakdown for the matchups, and we'll see you guys
And
then.
also,
Uh,
I guess we can also say that we might have another player in here if we can see if somebody else can join and talk about their matchup.
Yeah, for sure. If we can get one of the other
oh
coaches on.
yeah.
All right. Well, have a great one, everyone,
All right.
and see you next week.